Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today again, I think this is going to be the third time, I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin halving because of the anxiety I'm seeing amongst my subscribers, the questions that you're asking. Now, I know that yesterday Bitcoin tanked to below 60,000, and it's frightened a lot of people because it's not happened in a while. I think in March, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of about $73,000. And a lot of people were expecting that, okay, because of the Bitcoin halving, that the prices were going to go up and up. Now, if you watch my two previous videos on Bitcoin halving, I did explain to you when you have a Bitcoin halving, and by the way, Bitcoin halving just means that the rewards that miners get for mining Bitcoin is going to be halved, and it's been programmed into the Bitcoin code, the blockchain arising from Bitcoin. So if you look at their white paper, this is a programmed event happening every 4 years. I told you guys before that generally there is a bearish trend when you're having Bitcoin halving. There's a bearish trend. Now, the reason why is because a lot of the miners are going to be selling their Bitcoin because these are people that are not into Bitcoin as investors. A lot of them are going to be nerds, and these are the guys that they're mining Bitcoin, and that is their reward. They're not really investors. So a lot of them, they're going to be very bearish. But this time around, in the year 2024, we have a perfect storm because what happened is that the US Consumer Price Index came out, I think, 10 days ago, and we're still feeling the impact of that. It was expected that because of the US Federal Open Market Committee, because of them increasing interest rates, that by now, US inflation was going to be down. But we saw from the CPI that just got released about 10 days ago that US headline inflation in the United States is higher. It's about 3.5, and it was expected to be 3.4. So that means that, yeah, the rate hikes are working, but they're not working as fast and as effectively as was expected. So they're going to be around for a while. So this has affected not just the crypto world, it's affected the stock market. So you've seen that the S&P 500 in the last week, they had one of their worst weeks since October last year. The Dow Jones was affected. So it's a perfect storm. And then in the midst of all of this, you had Iran and Iraq, the tensions with them. So obviously Iran retaliated, and then earlier today, Israel has retaliated. So, what happened with all of that tension yesterday, for the first time in a while, Bitcoin went below $60,000. It's now rebounded. It's now back about $64,000. But all of this is expected. Maybe, there's a little exaggeration because of the US CPI and then with the Iran and Israel tensions. But we always knew that we're going to have a bearish trend because of the Bitcoin halving, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And in the past Bitcoin halving that we've had, 2012, 2016, 2020, and now 2024, we've always seen a bearish trend. And then within a year's time, what happens is that we see that Bitcoin increases in value seriously. So in 2012, when it happened, within a year's time, Bitcoin increased in value by over 1,000%. So we've seen that that's going to be a trend. So there's going to be a bearish trend because of all of these guys. Because don't forget, they have a lot of Bitcoin, the miners. They're selling their Bitcoin. There's a fear of the unknown. But then after they do that, because the Bitcoin halving is going to happen sometime this week. So it's going to happen in the next couple of days. So right now we are in the eye of the storm. So that's why we're having this bearish trend. Don't worry. Invest in Bitcoin even now that we're having the bearish trend while the price is still going down or fluctuating. Because if you look at the data that we've had from previous Bitcoin halving, if you wait and then the Bitcoin halving happens and then the market begins to correct itself, and then within a year's time, we see that Bitcoin makes a fabulous recovery. It might be too late for you. Now, I tell my subscribers, it's not just Bitcoin that you should invest in. Invest in because when Bitcoin goes up, the entire crypto sector goes up. And not all coins go up in the same quantum. So coins I would recommend that you get, I'm going to recommend that you get Chainlink. I'm also going to recommend that you get Bitcoin Cash, which has been doing very well. Right now it's down. It's in the 400s. Just 5 days ago, it was in the high 600s. So now it's in the 400s. I'll also encourage you, if you can get that, you get Chainlink, you get Bitcoin Cash. Those are the other two that I'm going to encourage you to get along with Bitcoin. So just remain calm. Don't allow yourself to be agitated. This is expected. And it's going to, like correct itself after the halving, and then we're going to see gradually the bullish market return, the bullish trend return, and then as it has happened with the three previous Bitcoin halving, we're still going to see an appreciation between the next month and then a year's time. We're going to see, I believe, an upward trend in Bitcoin. Now, if you watch got questions arising from this and you're a subscriber of mine, ask your question on the subscriber tab. Now, if you're not a subscriber of mine, you're not going to see this video until 8 hours out of time, in which case most or all of the information is going to be obsolete. So I'm going to encourage you to subscribe to me. Another thing you can do, if you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button and also click the notification button. Now, this is Apostle of Prosperity, where I'm always saying, God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is